Hello, welcome back to Wounds into Light today. We're just going to check out the daily collective, of course. I've been trying to stay daily on them. Now that my schedule's really changing, I'm out of summer quarter now as of yesterday, which is why I did not put a collective up yesterday. I was so deep in the trenches with finals. So we're going to do something really good today. I already feel it. It's been a couple days since we've channeled some energy, so there should be some new messages to come through. So let's just see what's here for our Wounds into Light collective. I just have the basic Rider-Waite deck here. I've got another one over there if we decide to use anything to clarify or see what else is going on with my mirroring that I can see. Hallelujah, Lord. Thank you for your presence here. I feel you. I always feel you, but I feel you in different ways. You come in from different directions as warmth, like, oh, she's doing it. Better go sit down. Better catch it. I don't want to miss it, you know, as these ones come out there. Yeah, as I've been warming up, it's been a lot of Page of Wands. Page of Wands keeps coming out here. And that could be a Prince of Wands or a Princess of Wands. So, however, we do see this maturing energy. It's at its youngest. It's learning its lesson. It's gaining wisdom, knowledge, power, perception, all of that. So I wonder what that's about. We'll see. So Lord, let's just see what's going on with our daily collective today, yeah? Thank you for your presence. Thank you for everything that you do for us. Thank you for waking us up today and giving us the breath of life. Yahweh. Oh, it's so good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, what is here, Lord? What's going on today in the collective? See, you see how things are just plopping out? Like it's a bunch of heavy little bricks at once. It's like finally shedding some weight here. You know, there's this Eight of Wands. And I have to continue pulling in that Page of Wands card because that was just like I'd already started the reading. It still is here with me. So if we see this Page of Wands, which is us, you, you know, this is the twin flame card as well with this Eight of Wands here, this incoming communication. There's very much this need to talk about twin flame, 222 as we see. Eight of Wands there, Nine of Cups, Knight of Cups, Nine of Cups, and Knight of Cups. Eight of Wands is saying you can focus 2, 3, 4, 2. Eight of Wands is saying you could focus on this Knight of Cups or you could focus on self-love. You know what I mean? The more that you focus on self-love here, this energy is going to be on top, going towards this dimension here. But if you don't, once you're done focusing on it, the reward of it, it still has to go back down the bottom side over to here. So isn't this a damn twin flame reading, y'all? Look at this. This is trying to keep herself centered and calm. Okay, I'm not obsessed. I'm not delusional. It's fine. I'm hearing messages. I'm feeling it. I'm thinking about things, and you know, I'm just trying to love myself over here. I'm just trying to focus on myself. But they are still around. They are still around, are they not? Very much a twin flame here. Let's see. Knight of Cups. Six of Cups in the depolarized action. It has not happened yet. The return home, 333, has not happened yet. Because that Knight of Cups is in a hermit phase, rebirthing itself. Wow. Well, see, look, he's like, yep, once I can only come in once I'm the fool for you, the full-on fool in this paradigm here. You know, there's very much a separation. There's very much the need to talk. There's very much to finish this unfinished business. So this couple here must be in separation still. I mean, obviously. It's very much, it's almost as if this has been going on for a while, because you don't just get into hermit period. You have to kind of be forced and things start falling out of place, and it takes a while, you know, to go into this cocoon of spirituality and be able to keep yourself whole at the end there. So it takes a while to be in this hermit period. So it's been a while since this couple has heard from each other, since they've talked to each other, but there's very much thoughts and emotions towards this. I mean, we saw that one Page of Wands in the beginning, but now we're seeing that Eight of Wands. And what am I going to do to communicate? 4. See? What am I going to do to communicate? What am I going to do to heal myself, to focus on myself, self-love? It's as if both of you are focusing on self-love. Both of you are in a hermit period. Whether you're in a hermit period in your true life, your physical life, like work, friends, you know, whatever, it doesn't matter. Between each other, you are both in a hermit period, because this is very twin flame. And so twin flames only talk to twin flames. They only telepathically hear twin flames. There's no one else in this dimension here. Therefore, it can only be that. It is mirroring the need to have self-love towards each other. It's been happening for a while. I mean, this Nine of Cups has to transition to its more youngest, newest energy of Six of Cups. So we see that Eight of Cups in between. We see that Seven of Cups in between. Both are learning what to walk away from that doesn't serve their heart space. Both are learning the consequences that they put themselves in, the bad situations, any karmic assignments that were to come to play to equal out the score here, because we're talking about an equal equation, mirroring this yin yang, right? So as we see that Eight Cups and that Seven Cups, there's very much a tower moment in between those. There's very much the need to not be led into temptation anymore and to continue having the Seven of Cups energy. We have to see this hermit period float through those 606 as we can get back to that Six of Cups there, right? So as we see that Eight of Wands, that Eight of Cups is just 2 more dimensions away, and 2 by 2 as we stack this energy, that Eight of Cups is there. That Six of Cups is over here. So it's that Seven of Cups that this hermit period, this Nine of Cups, is in his position. It's divine masculine, because we see this Knight of Cups over here, and then this self-love energy is just feminine. So I can tell that this Knight of Cups is the runner, was the old runner, whether it's woman or man, it doesn't matter. A woman can be DM, and a man can be the divine feminine. However, in this, what I'm pulling here, the runner is the divine masculine, who is also a male. The one who used to be a chaser, who's no longer, this feminine here, this divine feminine, is really just coming into her power of self-love. And if we see Nine of Cups there, we're also going to see Nine of Pentacles on the back. So she's learning to love herself, listen to herself, heal herself, be able to start becoming self-sufficient for herself. It's as if she doesn't even need this person. But this Eight of Wands is just so powerful. It's so difficult to get over. You can cut the cord 8 times and you're still going to get it another 8 times, because it belongs. So if it belongs, it just hasn't come back together yet. And that's where that Fool is coming in. That new start, that new beginning, the new, I don't know what we're doing, but we're going to figure it out together. It's this new commitment coming into play. You know, we see this Knight of Cups tugging on her heartstrings, really, and he's still coming in with a new cup, a new heart, a new love. This makes 10 cups total. This would make 11, 12 cups total. And then we have that 6 cups over there. I mean, the Queen and King of Cups has just not yet returned yet. And it's all within divine timing and all within divine order to see these Queen and King of Cups transition. Once this hermit period can end its phase, then we will see that transition come into play, I'm hearing. There's very much a lot more work on the divine masculine side. It's heavier on that side. And remember how we were talking about putting down the bricks and just laying it down? It's almost as if he's like, okay, I know this is here. I'm going to set it down on the table and I'm going to open it and I'm going to finally look at it. And each time that he does this, this is that hermit period renewing itself. So it's one big hermit period within several different little hermit periods. Does that make sense? So the longer that it takes for him to go through everything, the more that this feminine is going to feel the heartstrings, feel the tug, feel the alchemy on the opposing part of the yin yang. You know, let's see what else is here. Lord, let's pull some more cards. Holy shoot. Look at that. Queen of Wands on the bottom. Yeah, yeah, Queen of Wands on the bottom. I mean, it's definitely mutual. That Page of Wands going through, you know, evolving into this Queen of Wands, really. If we see this hermit period, we see this Page of Wands into this Queen of Wands, into this King of Wands energy. wouldn't this be like a caterpillar and a butterfly, but the butterfly is like almost, like the chrysalis is almost see-through, but the butterfly hasn't escaped yet. That's what I'm seeing. Like it was very green and the gold flecks hadn't started yet. But then now it's getting more opaque, more translucent, closer to the separation being popped. You know, like it's like two bubbles. The cells are going to come together here. This one? Okay, I see it. This one, this one. Any more, Lord? Yeah, that one there. Okay, let's see this very first one. If I can get it up there. Oh my gosh. Well, see, it's just a lot of overthinking. This is that hermit period, though, when we have this Nine of Swords here. You know, it's as if I want to communicate. I need to know what to communicate. It's overthinking. It's doubting itself. There's the shame and the guilt again. It's too dark in here, and I can't focus, and I can't sleep, and you know there's sleeping problems here. This you know, it's divine masculine. I'm bringing up here. This divine masculine is just in this tower moment. Really, we talked about that tower moment, and here it comes, and now we have this. It's too dark, I need a light on, I'm scared, I can't believe I did all of this. It's having to face it. If there's 9 swords there, look at a sword, right? We're going to see the sword in its present spine, and it has a little divot, right? And you can see light on one side and dark on the other. So he has to take accountability for all light and all dark. So every single time one of these new swords comes up, it's hurting him, it's painful. He mentally loses his shit because he cannot even believe that these things has happened. You know, he still has very much lost control of this mentality, and he's trying to gain it. And this is also why this separation is here, because honey, if you're the divine feminine, you do not want this Delulu around you, because it's only going to bring more confusion. It's only going to bring more separation. It's only going to bring more triggering and more trauma and more hurt, more time, more delaying the process. You know, this divine feminine being so much in her self-love power, she could absolutely communicate positive messages, positive love vibes, positive vibrations, 1212, either way towards this divine masculine. And maybe divine feminine, when you're feeling this little pull, when you're feeling, oh God, you know, it's emotional, it's rocky, I'm getting irritable, I'm tired, whatever it is, just send out a little positive juju to him, because he's really just going through it for the very first time. And we all know what that's like. You know, we all know what that's like to move forward and to have to deal and face ourselves, face the mirror. You know what I mean? The big part of this divine masculine's mirror, I mean, look at even those 2 cards are over here and he's facing it. Like, there's just a lot of shame, there's a lot of emotions, there's a lot of self-discovery and self-acceptance that has to work here. And if in order for this union to come back, it has to be something that God would trust. God's not going to bring back this divine masculine or divine feminine to you, divine masculine, if you're watching, if you're not going to do the work, if you're not going to take it seriously. Because if you cannot treat yourself with patience, love, and understanding, including your soul, including your mentality, including your emotional body, including your physical self, there is no way in hell that God's divine order is going to move in your favor to bring you closer to union again. He has to trust that in your free will, you're doing what is appropriate. And we can see where this divine feminine, she's answering the call. She's listened. She's done the work. She's communicated in and out. She already has redone the awakening here. You know, she's in a waiting period. She's stagnant. She's filling her own cups because the lack of the divine masculine. You know, let's see what these 2 cards are together. They've just been so prevalent, both. Oh my gosh, see, I told you, that Page of Wands coming out, and then that 3 of Wands. See, he's very, you know, his chemical structures are shifting. There's a lot of alchemy that's going on, and this alchemy is fueled by the feminine's love and care in the universe, whether she tries to or not. So that's why that momentum comes in more. It comes in more with more potential if that feminine means it and directs her manifestation towards that. However, we see where this masculine, okay, look at, I just bumped this. What's this? The Lover's card. Shut up. The Lovers card there, and the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, but that Lovers is just too prevalent now. Yeah, he knows. He knows. He's been through so much shit lately that he knows. Huh. And I think the biggest shock for him right now is recognizing that this separation is not what he wants. And if it's not what he wants, then he has to move forward. And this is scary for him. This is scary for him big time. He doesn't even know what to do. He doesn't even know which foot to step down first. He doesn't know what to pack. He doesn't know if he should stop at the store and buy flowers or not. You know, like, he is thinking too far ahead. He's thinking of the final outcome, not recognizing that in between there are further steps that he still has to take. So this too is also where this feminine is feeling this pressure, because he's trying to rush the process. All this divine masculine has ever known is ego. So why couldn't we expect that? Of course we can expect that. Even we have had times in our own healing where our ego was still trying to run the show here. But that's the thing, is that when it comes to flesh versus spirit, the flesh is always going to try to take off with your ego until you can marry that spirit to your flesh. And I really believe that this is what this hermit period is going on about. He's renewing himself. He's coming together with himself. He's loving himself first in order to be able to love that. That divine feminine. He's constantly thinking about the divine feminine. Divine masculine, put a comment below if you're constantly thinking about your divine feminine, whether you want to or not. You wake up and you think about her. You go to bed and you think about her. Hell, she's even showing up in your dreams because you can't sleep, you know? But she gets this too. Everything that you experience, honey, she also experiences. Divine feminine, put down in the comment. Do you experience things that you know come from your twin, your divine masculine, right? There are things that have happened where I dream, and it's like astral traveling, right? And I'm like, well, he has had to come show up in order to make that bridge happen, right? So if it's happening in astral traveling, if it's happening while sleeping, if it's happening in daydreams, it's because it belongs to you and it's supposed to come back. But this is all just like one big puzzle, you know? This twin flame dynamic here, in any sort of way, we all have our own separate little Rubik's Cube, 1717. Thank you, Lord, hallelujah. These own separate Rubik cubes that we have to be able to twist and turn and manipulate to work in our favor until it all aligns and brings balance back in, right? That's exactly what a Rubik's Cube is. You could shift it, shape shift it, turn it, multiply it, however you want to do, with all of the colors, all of the square dynamics of that math. But at the same time, you still have the opportunity to restore it to its own homeostasis. And when it's not matching colors, it's an eyesore, right? So this twin flame situationship is still trying to figure out its own Rubik's Cube dimensions. And it's beautiful because you can see from the inside wants the outside to match. And you can see where the outside wants the inside to match. It's just how? How do I do that? Do I just show up and bring her flowers? If he responds in an email or if he reaches out, should I message back? You know, there's just all of this fear and what to do, when really it's not acting out of heart space. And if you're acting out of heart space, divine masculine, you know that you still have a lot to clear out there. We see that. You can't just fix two things and ignore one and still think that you're going to be okay. You know, you still have to have the all momentum, all in, God says. I hear it right now. God says you need to be all in. You need to be all in with your hearing, just as you're all in for Christ. And if you're not all in, you're not going to get there. You're not going to get there. You're not going to touch the bottom of the ocean. You're not going to be able to come back up to land. You're not going to be able to experience what all in means for you. The Rubik's Cube cannot experience what it feels like to be realigned and have the maintaining of homeostasis with the colors being back together if it doesn't experience what it feels like to be out of order. This is out of order. And to restore order, that's what the hermit period is for. Restoring order to this one part of the Rubik's Cube. Beautiful. Look at that. Ace of Swords. And it tried to pop off. The World. See, we talked about that sword, you guys. I said, look at this backbone, this sword. It has light and dark. He has to be able to take accountability, be able to see duality, You know, there's a lot of new coming into this mentality to bring this crown chakra. This would mean that the throat chakra has to start being used with that Eight of Wands and that communication. We are our own twin flame first, so he has to speak truthfully to his own self before he can even come and do it to you. And speaking truthfully to his own self also means that he has to speak truthfully to God. And that is very hard for him. You know, there's a lot of childhood neglect here that makes him believe that he is not worthy of God. There's also twins, divine masculines out here where you have become so angry at God, not recognizing that you're angry at yourself. And that is partly why this is just so hard to get through. It's very hard to get through for this divine masculine, but you know, in Romans, it talks about the suffering that I go through now is nothing compared to the glory that's going to come. And even when this situation is not together in the whole, this feminine still can impact the masculine just as much as the masculine is impacting the feminine. So divine masculine, if you're out in La La Land, sitting in a drive-thru, sitting at work, whatever it is, running your ass off at the gym, and you feel her, you think of her, receive it. Receive it. Be open to receiving it because she's giving it to you for a reason. This magnetism, the stronger it grows, the more you will be healing, but you will also have a more connected bond. And the universe is finally just going to foomp you guys together like it has in the past, I'm hearing. Just like when y'all weren't talking again before, and then you come into the same restaurant, you come into the same grocery store, you know, you go to the same park, and then you, of course, you just, you know, this way together. And then you're two Ace of Swords talking together and forming that bond, even though you didn't want to. And now you're spending all night together, and you're taking her out to dinner, and you never thought that you'd see her face again, but here she is. God made that happen. God made that happen, brother. Divine feminine, you know what that feels like. You know what that feels like when you're going downtown, or you're just trying to get your shit done, or you're just trying to maintain self-love here, right? And then you see them. You see them roll up on their bike, or they roll up in their car, you know, and then it's just like, okay, of course you're here. Like, why wouldn't you be here? You know, but you're so accepting of it. You're receiving it. You're open. Sure, I was so mad at you and we had separation, but 2211, God and the universe think it's time for us to see each other again. This is part of that divine order. This is part of realigning that Rubik's Cube, 2222. So what happens when these twin flames don't have any part of the Rubik's Cube to align anymore? Bum, bum, bum. Ace of Swords there. That World card we saw. 8 of Pentacles. And 5 of Cups. Putting in the work to walk away from it, yeah? Let's clarify some things with the Sun and Moon Tarot deck. Yeah, this divine masculine knows that his world needs to change. And with this new spiritual backbone coming into play, it's almost as if this pursuit of his heart has just, he's surrendered. He's in this surrendering energy. We did see 1212 earlier, you know, in this surrendering energy in order to move forward. He has to be able to let go and be done and adapt, 2311, to earn the new cell structure, right? Right, when we talked about the two cells coming together, masculine and feminine, he has to be able to adapt. He has to be able to let go and move forward and trust in the universe, 2323, that everything is going to happen in his favor. So he has to let go. With this spiritual backbone, he has to start moving in life differently. He has to be able to know and think and trust and see and act out of love and not out of ego. He has to feel safe in his own body. He has to be able to feel safe around other people. And we're seeing all of this change in the chrysalis of this, right? So very beautiful. And this feminine, you've been through it, you've done it. So you know that it takes time. Look at that. Judgment there. Judgment and the World and the Fool. I mean, and then that Lover's card. The reunion is on its way. It is very close. Lord, what do I want to ask here? Actually, I want to get a sip of tea first. Okay. Let's just pull for divine masculine, divine feminine clarifications. Lord, let's do divine feminine first. What is to come? What is hidden? What is a secret message that you'd like us to see? Where do you want Divine Feminine's focus at, maybe? I'm hearing. This is very nurturing for the Divine Masculine. Very nurturing. He feels the safest with her. I've got 3 here. 2 open, 1 not. Let's leave that 1 not for the last there. Otherwise, look at that. 10 of Pentacles and 7 of Wands. Look at, he's already starting to work. He goes, I want everything with her. I want everything with her. I want to provide. I don't want her to have to be self-sufficient. I want to take care of her. It's very much like a like royalty. Like, that is my queen. I want her to be happy. I don't want her to ever have to worry about my bad behavior again. He's really taking a look at his behavior. I mean, and we see that. We see that here in this Pentacles card, don't we? Oh, okay, I gotta renew this. These are old coins. These are old stamps. These are old pennies of, you know, disappointment that I gave her. That's the one time I stood her up. That's the one time I didn't call her. That's the one time I told her we were in a relationship and we weren't. That's the time I told her that I would come over and I didn't. That's the time that I brought other people to the party when it was just supposed to be her. And these are all old hurts. And he's taking these old coins and battering into something more hopeful. A star. You know, all the ways that he needs to make it right. He's just focusing and he's processing at the same time. You know, there very much is a change here where we can see the brain. I'm seeing this as a brain. I'm seeing this as a brain and the 4 quarters, right? This is his feminine creative energy. This is the light that goes through it. This is the dynamics that the brain helps him act out to be, right? His brain, his chemical structures are changing. You know, it's very much renewal of self in the skin there. You know, and if we talk about that Rubik's Cube coming back together, each twin flame has a Rubik's Cube before they can bring their own balanced and aligned Rubik's Cube to a greater Rubik's Cube. Holy shit, y'all. Rubik's Cube is just a freaking Merkaba. Oh my gosh. I just burped too, so we know that things are rising here. His Merkaba is shifting. It's changing. Wow. We did say star too. Oh my gosh, Lord. Shift of the Merkaba. Now I kind of want to say Hakuna Matata. Wow. Wow. Divine Feminine. I mean, he's recognized too. Like, that's my person. I can try to pretend, I can try to run and hide, I can try to go work, I can try to flirt, I can try to make karmic relationships with anybody else, but she is my person. She is my God-given person. I have upset God for not knowing what I was doing. I just heard. See this period, this time, when he does this, he's meditating. He's sitting down. He might also be praying. Remember how we talked about the dark and there's no windows and there's no light? He goes somewhere, maybe a closet, or he just shuts his bedroom down, closes the curtains, whatever it is. He wants the dark to be able to see the light because that's what the hermit period has taught him. And he meditates, he cries, he sits, maybe even does yoga, some type of benefiting, mindfulness, a breathing exercise. We talked about restoring that Rubik's Cube, restoring that Merkaba, restoring homeostasis. That is what he is doing when he is processing. He's really trying very hard. He's crying to God, and I can hear his sobs. I can hear his cries. I just want her back. I want my true self back, and I want myself and my other half self back, is what I'm trying to say. My better half. He very much feels the loss and the devastation, and when he can't sleep, he just wants to be with her. There's been a few times, too, where he's been so close to reaching out, and he just hasn't. Look at this. I just moved this. I wonder what these are now. These just came off with my arm, so let's see. But we're going to wait for that one as well. So actually, I'm going to grab that card because I just seen it. 5 of Pentacles. We see that 5 of Pentacles with that 8 of Pentacles and that 10 of Pentacles. So you can see that advancement. He had to get himself out of the 5. Now he's working at the 8, and now he has 2 more to go to get to that 10 of Pentacles. He has to believe in himself. He has to get to that portal of that hermit transition where he's no longer facing the inside of the cocoon and it's dark, but he's now turned around. He has shifted his spirit. His spirit's posture has changed, and the heart is now looking up and forward this way, outward towards the cocoon to invite the light in. That's what this is about. He's already done that. Now he's focused on how do I get out of this cocoon and how do I spread my wings and fly to go get my peace, right? Let's see what that 1 card was here. Prince of Wands. Oh my God, in the different deck. See, and there is a Princess of Wands too. So I told you, it was definitely that divine masculine. Thank you, Lord, for that confirmation. That divine masculine. It's very much moving forward and balancing out on equal sides here. We had that 5 of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, now we have Prince of Cups. Oh, it's such like a romantic movie. 10 of Wands. Yeah, he's over it. Princess of Pentacles. I love this. Yeah, everything that we haven't seen is just the Page of Swords here. So that's that present position, that Page of Swords, because we saw the 9 of Swords and the Ace of Swords. So he's not a page yet. Page of Swords in a 7 of Cups position. We see that 9 of Cups also. Here it is. That Princess of Pentacles and her 9 of Cups. And I said that it was the feminine. So thank you very much, Lord, for that confirmation. And then that Judgment came back out. Yeah, that Judgment came back out. I mean, it is a crucial time period in the hermit phase to judge yourself. And how would the Lord judge me accordingly? You know what I mean? How would my divine feminine judge me? Divine feminine, how would my divine masculine judge me? And judging isn't just judging. It's, I have to judge this behavior accordingly. I have to protect myself and make sure that it is ready, that it is focused, that it is good. Wow, Lord, let's get the bottom of the deck and we will call it a wrap. 2 of Swords. See? Incoming balance and alignment. It just hasn't happened yet. He very much just has to... This divine masculine is struggling with how he thinks about himself. It's not necessarily how he feels about himself, because his feelings are like so numb right now. Because he can't feel anything being in this cocoon. He can only think. He is only so focused on his new brain, on moving forward, on creating a new chapter with his divine feminine, this alpha and the omega of the Fool, and starting over, right? He's really buttoning up his Old Testament, and he doesn't want to act like this anymore. We do see a couple generations here as well, so this could be healing. He's very much healing father wounds and mother wounds here, and we all know about that, don't we? 2 of Wands. Let's see. And the Hierophant. I love that. That Lover's card did come out. That Hierophant would have to be before that. God is restoring his whole entire Merkaba, and it is just beautiful. It is just beautiful. His morals and ethics and codes are coming in. He's reevaluating the way that he wants to treat himself. He's reevaluating the way that he wants to treat other people. He's finally reevaluating how people treat him. And he's recognized through the people that he has surrounded himself without the divine feminine has only made him sicker, has only made him worse, has only, you know, encouraged these conditioning patterns, because that's all he's ever known, to attract himself to it. This is also too why he feels shame and guilt, because he's fully taking the consideration in about what he has done to himself, and what he has done to himself has also been done to his divine feminine. Playing his divine feminine also played him. 3311. Thank you, Father. One last card here. The Hierophant and the Tower. Shut up. I said it was a tower moment. He is currently in a tower. Hello. And that Prince of Pentacles. Look at that. To come together. Page of Pentacles. Action here. To grow into this Queen and King of Pentacles. Starting over anew. It is on its way. It is on its way. Shut up. This Ace of Cups, 3344, it's on its way, y'all. Oh my God, I have to go gain composure. I will see you on the next one. Love you. Wounds into light. Bye.